Hi, everybody. How are you? Just gonna sit here and wait for a few people to show up, see who's online now. Just gonna share this out. And if you're watching, I would really appreciate you sharing this out too. If you know anyone who might be interested in watching this video, we're going to have meditation and healing today. So Pamphile St. Pierre joined, Ashley Campbell, Atlantis Light, Born, hi, welcome to my weekly show. We're going to have healing and meditation on the show today and discuss a few other topics. So welcome everybody, welcome. So please share this out. I'm going to do the same. Okay. So how's everybody doing today? Having a great week? I really hope so. Angela, hello, Angela. Kristen Nagel, Venus Perez, Patricia Satchwell, Natalie Evans, hello. Audrey Frayall, hi. I'm sorry if I didn't get your name right. Welcome. So I'm just going to share this out, and I invite you to do the same, if you don't mind. Last time I shared too much, I landed in Facebook jail, so. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Anybody else ever been in Facebook jail? How does that happen? Is it from sharing too much? Is that how it does it? Hi, Kristen. Salut. Pamphile. Vesa Burton, hello. My maiden name's Burton, Vesa. Did you marry a Burton, or is that your name? Hi, Valken. Yes, so just sharing this out. Feel free to share out, folks. I really appreciate it. Okay, it's sent to Jennifer, Sacred Space, here's the round table. Da 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 da. And there. Yes, feel free to share out, people. Just making sure I got everybody that I thought wanted to know when this was happening. So, one sec here. Excellent. So how's everybody doing this week? Hey, love the hearts. Keep them up. Hi, Jen. How you doing? So I made a few notes today to keep me on track, because we all know that's my most difficult part, is staying on track. But you know what, folks? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with me for getting distracted. We all like shiny, bright squirrels, right? Helene, hello. Hassan, hi. Okay, so we're just getting a nice smudge going. We're going to clear the energy in the room here. Beautiful. Okay. So, so I wanted to open the circle now that the show is open. So just an information for everybody. My name is Michelle Ann Phillips, and I do this show once a week. And I want to bring you guys some meditation and healing, and just share with you things that I do. I write, I teach, I speak, and I just really enjoy doing a lot of things, and I really enjoy sharing it with people too. I get a lot of questions, people who don't understand how to meditate. Well, it's not that they don't understand it, it's that they can't sit still enough to be able to meditate, because they've always got so much going on in the mind. And that's a very, very, very common problem for a lot of people. We are living in a world where there's just so much going on, and humans weren't built for this level of speed, right? We were when we came into the as humans, we were horse and buggy days. There were no time schedules, rush, 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 rush. And a lot of people working in today's society, 9 to 5 jobs and stuff, were always trying to please other people and trying to get things done, and we rarely stop and take time for ourselves, and that is so important. Self-care is the most important practice that you can implement into your day on a regular basis. And the reason I say this is because disease does not happen overnight. Disease is something that is a state. It's a state of dis-ease, unease. You're uneasy about something, uneasy about the way you're feeling, uneasy with how your body is, the state that it's currently in. So when we're consistently in a state where we're uncomfortable or not in ease, dis-ease, right? That's when chronic disease manifests. So a lot of times we'll find the chronic diseases manifest, and they have a lot to do with, it's almost like trying to find out a metaphor for what's going on with your body. Okay. And just to give you an example, because this is not just for multiple sclerosis, but this is a lot of people who suffer from chronic illness and chronic pain and things, it's a chronic issue that attacks the same thing. It's kind of like the same story, but just manifesting in different ways, for example. And one of them, and MS is just one of them, but autoimmune disorders. What does that really say about our body, right? When we're having an autoimmune issue, whether it's multiple sclerosis, whether it's an allergy, whether it's lupus, whether it's just your body creating scar tissue because it's trying to heal something and is going overboard, it's all a response of overactive immune system. And what does your immune system do? Your immune system is there to fight off any potential invaders. And your subconscious doesn't necessarily understand what potential invaders are. It already has preconceived notions on what these little miscreants could be. So, for example, in my body, when I was a child, I went to just a local farm. They had a bunch of barn cats, right? I still remember there was like this school bus outside in the yard. And my sister and I went on the school bus and we were playing with these little kittens and they were so cute. Now then, playing and playing, and they were scratching us and we were having a great time. And then I went into the house to see my mother because it was time to go home. And I was covered in welts from where the cat had scratched me. My eyes were almost swollen shut. They looked like just two little slits in my head, and they were itching like, the Reacting commercial where it says just like your eyes swallowed a swarm of angry bees. That is not an exaggeration. That's literally how it feels when your eyes are doing that allergy, right? So that's an autoimmune response right there. And what that is that's your body fighting with itself, because for some reason, something in your body is saying, cat, I'm associating this with something I need to fight off. Why? That's where the dig deeper comes in. We dig really, really deep to find out when you first felt certain symptoms, when they started repeating themselves, and what beliefs were formed throughout recreating these patterns over and over again. So, for example, dug really deep on this one, was manifesting multiple sclerosis for me. When I was born, I was blue. The umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck and tied in a knot, and I was not supposed to survive. So I was put in an incubator, And my subconscious, which is always learning programs to keep me running through life, not to be smart, but to keep me alive. That's the subconscious's job. So it starts learning that being sick is keeping me safe. Being sick is keeping me warm. Being sick is keeping me fed. And that my very survival depended on being sick. And I know that doesn't make sense in to the conscious brain. Your conscious is like, what? I would never think that. But on a subconscious level, you do. That's why we have these autoimmune things, because really, do you wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to beat the living shit out of myself today? It's going to be so fun and I'm going to enjoy it. No. Not a single one of us does that, okay? I see some new comments here. Awesome. Hello, everybody. So we don't wake up and consciously say, I just feel like kicking my ass today. So what can I find to do that about? No, we don't do that. Okay, it's a program running in our subconscious that is keeping us in that place where we're stuck in a fight or flight, right? And it's not that we're necessarily consciously afraid of anything in particular. We could be having a great time. I was having a great time playing with those kittens, right? But eventually my immune system was kind of like, hey, what's going on here? Let me out, let me out, let me out. I'm itchy as nuts, right? So it developed the allergy to cats, right? And other allergies that can happen, which are much, much more subtle and can create other dis-ease in the body. Let's say you're eating an apple and you're enjoying this apple and it's really good. And, apples are really healthy for you. So, nobody should be allergic to apples, you would think, right? But what if you're sitting there and you're eating this apple and out of nowhere, a bee comes and stings you on the ear? So now your subconscious puts those two things together, because this is the experience, is the apple, and the shock and trauma is the bee sting, right? So in your subconscious, those two become quantumly entangled. And it's my job to find that quantum entanglement where it's woven into your belief system, and then pull that belief system out of your subconscious and replace it with a program that works for you. And I can tell if you have certain limiting beliefs through muscle testing. And muscle testing, it's a very interesting science. It's based on kinesiology, which you can learn all about in different, Google it. One thing I find, unless you're somebody with sweaty palms, but this works for me, is I'll rub my fingers together, and when I'm saying, say, show me a yes, and it's very, very smooth. But then when I say, show me a no, it's almost like they become stuck. So that's one way of doing the muscle testing that I like. And then quantum entanglement. Yeah. And another way to do muscle testing is with your fingers. So I'm going to get up close, and this is my dominant hand, okay? So we're going to, I'm going to get this right for the camera here. So I hold my thumb and finger together, and then I'm going to insert my two fingers from my other hand, and I'm going to place them knuckle to knuckle. Does that make sense? See, there's the knuckles on these two fingers right against the knuckles on these two. And I'm going to say, my name is Michelle. And what I'm trying to do is open my fingers. So I say, my name is Michelle. And I can't open my fingers because I'm telling the truth. But if I say, my name is David, I can't hold that anymore, okay? So for another example, so my name is Michelle. My name is Anthony. My name is Michelle. I'm a man. No. My name is Michelle. I'm a woman. My name is Sabrina. I live in Arkansas. No. Right? So it's a really interesting way that you can keep yourself in check. And if you're ever wondering what's really going on in your subconscious programming, that's a very, very easy and quick way to tell whether something's good for you or not, right? Like you can even use that at the grocery store, like if you go to buy your vitamins and say you want to know which, say there's two choices of vitamin C. And you're like, well, should I get this choice or do I want this one over here? Muscle test. You can find out which one is for your best, and your body will never be wrong. That love this. Thanks, Stephanie. So muscle testing is an invaluable tool. Another way you can do it, and it's a little difficult for me to demonstrate this on camera, but if you were to stand up and just facing north, okay? And you want to be centered and balanced in your body when you do this. And face north and close your eyes. Then say the statement of, my name is, and when you get a yes, you will notice that you kind of tend to lean forward. Just kind of let your body fall where it wants to go. And because we're an electromagnetic field, right? So when you're facing north, it's the same thing. You've got the electromagnetic compass working for you, right? So kind of cool. You really are a compass, right? So you say your intent or your statement, like my name is Michelle, and I'm not standing, but to show you, I would fall forward. Well, not fall, but I would lean forward and say my name is Andrew, and I would tend to lean backwards. So that one's a lot more convenient for when you're in the grocery store if you're wanting to check the vitamin C, because then you don't have to drop everything and then try to muscle test, unless you're one who gets this one down, because this is, I've only recently learned this one, and it is really, really great because you can just kind of do it, and I can check on other people too. It's really, really, it's a nice tool. And there's always videos on YouTube too that show how to do kinesiology and muscle testing, and there's ones that if you're with a partner, you can you hold your arm out and the person will try to push your arm down. So a yes would be firm and a no, you would not be able to hold it. So those are just ways of muscle testing, just to find out what does your subconscious really believe? Or G must know I'm intuitive, nice. Yeah, so it's really, really, really fun to get that muscle testing, because a lot of times we want to lie to ourselves because there are certain things we want to be true. And then there's certain things that we don't want to be true. But isn't knowing the truth half the battle anyway? Because once you know the truth, it doesn't disempower you to know the truth. To learn the truth is empowering because you can change it in a second, just like that. You have that power in you. And one of the ways we can claim that power and just own who we are, and I was shown to do this today, is we're going to do some breath work and some meditation. Everybody up for that? Okay. And I also brought a couple crystals with me here today too. This is titanium quartz. I bought a strand of this at the Wellness Expo, and this is titanium quartz. This is so beautiful. Titanium quartz is pretty much the master healer. What it is it's a quartz crystal that has had titanium alloy. It's an electrical, I don't understand it, but it's an electrical process that puts the titanium, which is one of the strongest, most beautiful metals, onto a clear crystal quartz, which is all encompassing, like the highest magnitude. So this is really super high vibration, super high vibration. And so I'm taking orders if you'd like out of these. So each necklace will have a titanium quartz pendant on it. So if you'd like, I'm just putting it out there. If anyone is coming up on Christmas time, if anyone would like to order one, I'm going to sell them for $20. Let me know in the comments. We'll figure it out and I will send one your way. Okay. So that's for the titanium quartz. Now, I also have my amethyst today because I'm just feeling purple today. Why? I don't know, but I'm just enjoying purple. So this is my amethyst. And I just love amethyst. It's one of my amethysts. I have several, but I just love amethyst. They're so pretty. And of course, there's my ring my husband got me for our anniversary. This has amethyst, blue topaz, and this beautiful stone on the bottom is called chalcedony. So I'm like super excited to get that. And would you believe it, girls? I didn't pick it out. He picked it out himself. Yay! He's a smart man. Okay, so who's ready to meditate? We're going to do some breath work too. And with doing the breath work, we're really going to hone in on our subconscious, and we're going to focus on changing some neurology, okay? Into ways that feel good for us, and the highest and best, okay? Okay, so I'll just get you all to sit. Sit as though you are royalty. Sit as though you own the very land you live in. Sit as though you own the planet you're on. Sit as though everything that surrounds you, you realize you're sharing particles with them. Because the truth is you are, according to quantum entanglement. We are all connected. So we get you to breathe in. We'll start real low in the belly, and we're going to pull it up. And when you get to the top of your head, just put your tongue at the roof of your mouth and hold it. And let it go. Audible exhale. And now we're going to do it again. So we'll start from the bottom. We'll pull that energy up. Tongue to the roof of your mouth. Audible exhale. Just letting go of everything that no longer serves you. So this time when we breathe in, we're going to see the energy we're breathing in going through each and every cell in our body, pulling out as though it's an attractor beam, just sucking out what no longer serves us. And then we're going to breathe that out. Okay, so one more time, breathe in. Tongue to the roof of your mouth. And let it go. And now just breathe normally. Breathe deep. Breathe in. Out through the mouth. In through the mouth. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. You want to feel on the exhale as though you're expressing everything that no longer serves you. When you get to the end of your exhale, say empty. So last breath in. Hold it. Empty. So now we're all in a nice relaxed state. And we're just going to call in archangels and ascended masters to come share space with us through this meditation. And while we're meditating, I want you to see if you can put your focus on your left big toe. Can you feel your left big toe? Can you wiggle your left big toe? Can you tell the difference from your left big toe to your left small toe? Is one warmer than the other? Do they feel the same? I want you to feel your ankle, your left ankle. How does it feel? Is it tired? Is it strong? Is it tense? Just let it go. Now we're going to think about our right big toe. How does your right big toe feel? Does it feel different than your left big toe? Contemplate your big toe. All the while consciously breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now feel your baby toe on your right foot. Still breathing. I want you to focus on that ankle. Does it feel the same as your left ankle? Is there any difference in the rigidity between them? Now I want you to see both your feet lit up with the energy that you've just breathed into them. Concentrate on feeling both feet at the exact same time. What do you feel? Now we're going to bring that energy up to our knees, both legs, on the inhale. I want you to imagine it swirling from your feet up to your knees now. See if you can feel that energy swirling through your knees, up your shins, down your calves. Now we're going to pull that energy from your knees up into your hips. And now your legs are activated, but they're calm and rested. But you're very, very aware of your legs. Now I want you to bring the energy into your root chakra. Breathe, exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to bring it up to the sacral chakra. And exhale. And bring it up to the solar plexus. And exhale. Bring it up to your heart space. And exhale. Pull it up into your throat. And exhale. And into your third eye. And exhale. And up into your crown. And I want you to hold this one. And exhale. And if you're feeling dizzy, that's okay. It's perfectly natural. In fact, it's normal. It's okay. We're just raising your vibration, okay? Nothing bad is happening. And there is nothing to fear. So let's bring you all back into a beta state so you can focus. Enjoying the meditation that you just went through, feeling the healing energy that just filled your body, dragging out all that you were willing to let go, and filling you with the highest light. And you can say it with me. And so it is. Beautiful. I love meditating. That makes the difference for me in so many ways. Everything I do in my life, if I meditate beforehand, it's amazing. So now I'm going to get into some of the notes I wrote down to talk to you guys about. Okay. So how many people tend to get in a state of overwhelm or chronic thinking too much? All the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? All the things that we can't control. So much fun, right? What if the things that you were feeling overwhelmed about were all taken care of by your higher self? What if you were born into this world and you came with a divine blueprint? And no matter how hard you try, you can't mess up. Would that make you feel better? Because it's true. You can't mess this up if you try. You came here with a mission. And there's nobody else in this world who can do what you are here to do. This is your mission. No one else can live it for you. And the world needs you to step up in whatever it is your mission is. It could be delivering food. It could be building houses, painting houses. It doesn't matter what your purpose is. You'll know it's your purpose because you will be so happy when you're doing it. You will feel so much joy, and it will give you won't be able to wake up in the morning to go do it. That's how you know you're living your purpose, because the joy you feel in your life is just incredible. So that's how you know when you're living your purpose. So, and I had a really good, hang on, refocus on creating. So another thing I find when I'm going through personally stress, anxiety, overwhelm, because I know I have a purpose. I'm a healer. I've been gifted with that ability, and I first healed myself, which is kind of how I know, because I've been in bed for 7 years, unable to get up, walk, and function. I was put on long-term disability at the age of 26. I'm now 43, and I'm thriving, but I'm doing it on my terms, not on someone else's terms. And the difference between that is I'm living my purpose. So when I was in the corporate world, I was struggling, trying to climb the corporate ladder of going to be this incredible businesswoman on payroll. I did the hiring. I did drug testing, which is really ironic. I did way, way, way more than any person should be doing. I would get to work in the morning, open the store for the contractors at 7 a.m., have the place ready to open for 8, and I wouldn't leave until probably 7 or 8 o'clock that night. And I smoked cigarettes at the time, and the reason I smoked was because I needed that as an excuse, if you will, to take a break. Because other than that, people were called Michelle, Michelle, Michelle. I was being pulled left, right, center, up, down, sideways. It was crazy, the amount of people that seemed to need my time and attention. And not that I had any trouble helping anybody. I was more than happy to do that. But sometimes we all need to have a break, right? And if you'd like to know that it is safe for you to take a break, this is going to be a theta healing download for anybody who's interested. So if you notice yourself, if you're a smoker, or if you tend to overeat on your breaks, if you have a habit that you are using as an excuse to take a break, would you like to know that it is possible for you to take a break without needing an excuse to take a break? that you don't need to punish yourself. You don't need to go stuff your face. You don't need to go smoke a cigarette. You don't need to go have a drink. You can take a break just because you're worthy and you deserve to take a break. And if you'd like to have that creator's perspective, wisdom, truth on it, and how it feels to honor yourself with a break, say yes now, and we're going to give you that. Okay? Nothing bad will happen if you take a break. Beautiful. And this is available on the replay too. So if you'd like that download, say yes and we'll give that to you. You can have it too. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. After the promo videos and working through shadows. Now, a lot of people working through gene keys, right? So we all know that we have the shadow side to everything, showing us where we can find a gift, and then embracing a siddhi, which is the highest vibration of something. And when it comes to dis-ease is a shadow state of wellness. The siddhi is wellness. The shadow is the dis-ease, which is a state of unease or not well. The gift we can find in disease is presence. And I know that sounds a little off topic, but it's actually one of the ways that I was able to facilitate healing on myself was through meditation. Because what does meditation do? Meditation stops resistance because you're focusing on, well, what we just did. We were focusing on our toes. Science shows us that we cannot think about two things at the same time. It's impossible. Try to think of the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower. Try to think of them both simultaneously. You can't picture them both in your mind at the same time. You have to go back, you can go back and forth really quickly, but it's really hard to focus on just one of them, right? So when we put our focus on something that is going to distract us from what is dragging our vibration down, we automatically float. So allow yourself to float because things are always working out for you. And one of the ways I found to allow myself to float was through being creative and different paintings. Like, for example, this mural. I finished that. Well, I got it to where it is today. But this mural right here. I did it. There we go. And see the ground. Yeah. That's a light encoded painting. I did that over the weekend while we getting the I was online with Lisa Transcendence Brown getting the light code transmission, and also Grace Solaris. On that day we were doing the Arcturian transmission too. So that's very energetically. So if you guys are feeling energy pulling at you, chances are it's this here painting right here. Yeah, so enjoy the energy of it. That's why I painted it, so that I don't know if you noticed or not. If anyone usually watches me in the summertime, I'm usually outside in my screen house because it's a beautiful, beautiful area. The backyard, like today, I was out there watching. There was woodpeckers, there were chickadees and little sparrows. There were gray squirrels and brown squirrels. It was the cutest thing. Blue jays, and they're all out there fighting and playing around my yard. And then my dog will go out and chase the squirrels and the birds, and it's hilarious, right? But who needs, like, what better entertainment can you get than the beauty of nature just happening all around you? It's better than cable. Cable doesn't have that. It's awesome, right? So now my husband went, and oh God bless him, he's awesome. He went and put a electric fireplace and plexiglass on the screen house for the wintertime. So it was like, yay, great. I'd be able to go do my show out there in the wintertime. However, it's what time is it? It's 5 to 7 here, and it's been dark since like I think 5 o'clock. So that whole daylight savings thing, and it's the darkest time of the year, so it's been dark for a couple hours now. So I would be out in the screen house, but you can't see me, and maybe you'd like it that way. I don't know, but I kind of like this painting, so I'm kind of partial to it. So through meditation, we can transmute the shadow of dis-ease, find presence, and embrace the gift of wellness. Because when we're focused on what feels good, we feel good. And that's wellness. The only difference is that we're able to sustain a state of wellness for a longer period of time. So instead of only being well for the length of our meditation, through the meditation and the discipline that we bring to ourselves, we are able to hold a state of wellness for a much longer period of time. So we can function throughout our day because we're always filling our tank. I heard this mentioned one time, and I'm just being shown to share this. It's a theory called spoon theory. And they talk about this in the chronic illness places around here. But just to kind of give, because a lot of people don't understand what it's like to live with chronic illness and disease. And then you kind of get, you feel the shame, blame, and victimhood of people not understanding. Because let's face it, most disabilities are not visible, right? Like, people don't know how you're feeling on the inside. People don't know that you needed 12 hours of sleep just to function today, right? And there is no judgment on that. Either way, whatever you do, if it's making you feel better, then that's what you're supposed to do. Always, and you can muscle test it. Check in with yourself. You know what to do. Your higher self always knows the best course of action, because your higher self made the plan before you even got here. So you check in with yourself, which is what we do in meditation, and then we allow the highest and best vibration of ourself to come forward, and we learn to carry that and sustain it throughout our day so that we can carry it, this vibration and frequency, to everyone that we meet. If you meet somebody in the grocery store, like for example, the other day I was at the grocery store and there was a gentleman there, and the door was going to stay open, but I just happened to hold the door for him anyway, just because, I don't know why. I didn't really hold the door for him, I guess, but in his mind, he thought I held the door for him, right? Because the guy was selling poppies over on the side, like for Remembrance Day. And the gentleman just kind of looked at me and he said, "Thank you so much, my dear, because you don't know how long it's been since somebody even talked to me." And it just, you don't realize how many people are just waiting for a simple smile or a kind word. And that's really easy. We can all do that, right? So, and that comes with mindfulness too, because when you're mindful of yourself and your behaviors, you become a little more mindful for other people. You can become more mindful for the planet. You become more mindful even in the insect world. And if I had heard this coming out of myself a year ago, I'd have said, "No, you're batshit crazy. I don't believe that." But I can't kill spiders anymore. And I never, ever thought I would say that, because I've never been fond of spiders, but I cannot kill them anymore. I have to take them on a piece of paper and get them outside. I can't do it. I just can't kill them. Because I know now that everything, it's like there's a macrocosm and then there's the microcosm. and we are all one. So if there's like some giant being out there who, is like 100,000 times my size and he just happens to walk by and squish me, well, that's nothing to him, but it's huge for me. And I know that's a weird analogy maybe, but it's true. Everything has its own consciousness. Everything, right? It's beautiful and it's to be celebrated. Now, I mean, if you're someone who kills spiders, no judgment, no judgment. I completely understand. A year ago, I'd have been there with you. Okay. Let's see. My thing now is earwigs and mosquitoes. Yes, you can kill those. But again, don't take my word for it. Go with whatever feels good for you. I will never tell anybody what to do. Okay, so we did. So that was like a huge epiphany for me to figure that out, because working through the gene keys, like you see, you get the shadow of separation and the gifts of this and cities of beauty and divine will and all these wonderful things, and it's just like, oh wow, well the state of dis-ease is the shadow of the city of wellness. And the gift it gives us is presence. So by being present, we can transmute the shadow of dis-ease into the city of wellness. It is possible. I'm going to be coming up with, I'm in the process of getting together a step-by-step journey to wellness. How to get from sick and tired of being sick and tired to embracing the shadow of dis-ease, finding your presence, and embracing the city of wellness. Because it is possible. And with the multiple sclerosis I still have to go for treatments, and I still have medication that I take. And there's no shame, blame, or judgment on that, because I know that through quantum mechanics, I control the medicine. So I can follow, because path of least resistance is really huge. So why would I I'm not going to go and fight with anybody telling them what I do need, what I don't need. I trust that when I go get my medication, it's going to be for my highest and best, whether it's a placebo or whether it's full of chemicals. And why do I trust that? Because I don't have any choice in the matter. So I'm going to bookmark that thought and actually going to think of it. Why don't I have any choice in the matter? That's a limiting belief right there, by the way, guys. So why do I feel there's no choice? Okay, so I come on here and I talk to you guys about healing and how to get out of your own way, and how do I know this? How do I do this? Da, 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 da. I know it because I practice this every single day. I live this. This is what I do. I meditate and I find my bliss. And when something is blocking me from that bliss, I find out what it is that's keeping me from doing that which I want to do, but I'm unable to do. For example, Sology. Todd wanted me to put some videos together to do the promos for the new Sology app. So no problem. I figured I'd come on live every week and talk. How hard can it be? Wow. Oh my God. It was like take 150. I just couldn't do it. Time. I got the camera out and I started saying what I thought I wanted to say. My tongue would start, it was like I couldn't speak. I was stuttering and stammering. I couldn't get the words out. I could not say what I was trying to say. I could not spit it out. It was the weirdest thing, and I couldn't understand why. So after about 3 hours, trial and error, and not getting a single video that I was satisfied with to send for the promo, I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to treat me like I would treat one of my clients. So I said, okay, what am I afraid of? Because obviously there was a fear. Something was getting in the way. And 9 times out of 10, that's fear, right? Everything is based in fear and love, right? But what was I afraid of? What was I afraid of? What was the worst thing that could happen? Well, then it was like, well, I'd look stupid. People wouldn't think I was smart. I felt like a fraud. I thought nobody listens to me. And then after I wrote all that stuff down, I stopped and I started, what did I learn? Okay. I learned that I can do videos. I learned how to use the YouTube app. I learned which setting looked best. I liked the lighting that was happening. Was that Thomas? What I'm saying is I was trying to do a video and I couldn't get out of my own way. So I treated myself the same way that I would treat one of my clients. That's what I was saying. So when I sat down and I said, okay, Michelle, what are you afraid of? And it was all, and it's almost embarrassing too, because it seemed really petty and stupid to me after I thought about it, right? Which only added to it. And it was like, so I thought I was going to look ridiculous. I didn't like my teeth. I didn't like my hair. I didn't like this, or there was a freckle in the wrong space. There were just a million things that I was picking and poking at. And it was like, oh, so then I downloaded Creator's Wisdom and the feeling and belief that it's possible to be perfectly imperfect. And once I did that, I found the limiting belief that was in my subconscious. And again, I learned that through muscle testing. I wrote down a few things and I tested until I found the right belief. And the belief that I had was that my creation sucks. My creations are stupid. My creations are ridiculous. And nobody would want what I have to create. Which really shocked me, because I'm like, well, how could I possibly think that? I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars to learn how to do all this healing work and create programs to help people heal. And how could I possibly think that? Subconscious. It's not conscious thinking. It's your subconscious trying to self-sabotage, right? Your ego doesn't want you to succeed. Your ego wants you to live in fear. That's why every single time you try to jump out of your comfort zone just a little bit, your ego's pulling you back because you're afraid. What if? What if I look foolish? What if I look stupid? What if people don't like me? So then, and you can say yes to this if you like, because then I came up with this theta. I pulled my subconscious belief that my creations are silly, my creations are stupid, my creations are worthless, my time is worthless. Pull that and replaced it with my creations are incredible. My creations attract exactly the right people. And my creations are beautiful, are wanted, are magnetic to the people who want, or the people they are meant for. So, and if you would like that, we can do that right now. Anyone on there? Again, this is theta healing. Time doesn't exist. This is on quantum entanglement level. And if you would like to have that download where we're pulling out, so I need your permission to pull the belief that you think your creations are stupid or that they suck or that they're no good, all the unworthiness around what you're creating, and show you who you are and how to live your life, creating the best, most optimal things in your life on a regular basis so that you're always creating on purpose, living life fully present and abundant in who you are every day, and knowing that you've got this. You've got this. So if you like that, say yes, and we're going to give that to you now, okay? And let's fill you all up with unconditional love from the Creator of all that is. We're going to command this energy to flow through every cell of your body and out into every area of your life in the highest and best way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So I think I've got pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. I'm pretty sure I covered most of it. Just going to go over my notes here. Yes. Yeah. Do not hide, refocus, creating. Yeah, I think I pretty much got everything. I covered everything I wanted to talk about today. So that's really great. I'm happy. So once again, folks, I'm just gonna, this is the book I wrote. Been there, done that, wrote this. A personal journey through chronic illness, bullies, and spirituality. Okay. And this is basically the story of my life that I wrote because oh, hi Roz. I love you too. Because this is my life. Well, it's not my life. This was my life. And now this is just kind of a manual to show you how I got from where I was to where I am today. So I'll just read the back of this. This is Balboa Press did this together. So I'm just going to read the back to you. It says, we all have had our struggles in life. The difference between being a success and feeling like a failure is how you choose to perceive your challenges. It is my belief that our life is a process of learning instead of what happened to you. It is my desire to show you that you can choose freedom over victimhood. I was initially inspired to write this book in order to help people who have been newly diagnosed with an illness. My goal was to show people how to be prepared to deal with life after diagnosis and consequently the many new challenges that will arise in life. Looking back, I realized this book has been inside me for years. I see so many people on a regular basis who are hurting for so many reasons. Chronic pain and illness cause suffering, and so do many others of life's experiences in general. Having overcome many difficulties of my own, chronic illness, bullies, feeling judged, and religious condemnation, I feel compelled to share some of my experiences. I sincerely hope that you gain some insight on how to overcome your own difficulties and live your best life with grace. And then they get this nice little blurb at the bottom. I'll just read it because this is really cool. Like, born fighting for her life, she knows she has survived for a reason and that she has a purpose. Her reason for surviving was not discovered until later in her life, put on long-term disability at the young age of 26. She learned to redefine success and what it means to truly succeed and find happiness through the lessons that life had thrown her way, and enjoys showing others who may be struggling how they can do the same. So that's what this is about. And I'm working on my next book right now, which is all about gratitude. And I don't know if you see this or not, but every day I do a gratitude journal post. I've been doing it for, well, I think I'm on 1 year and 120 days as of today. So, and that is my offering. And I don't do it for people. The reason I post that gratitude post is because it reminds me that no matter what I may be facing throughout the day, I always have a choice. If I focus on things I don't have, I am going to continue to attract a lack of what I don't have. But when I focus on the feelings that I want to feel, love, joy, health, peace, some call them the fruits of the Spirit. When I focus on those, then I get more of those. It's law of attraction. That's how it works. What you put out comes back to you. So don't focus on a lack of something. Focus on an abundance of something, you know? It's all in the way that you're wording it. It's and you'll feel it when you say it, you know? Like you could say, oh, I don't have the money for that. I say, well, I have But you don't want to say, oh, I don't have the money, because then you're just focusing on the lack. Say, I'll have to see where I can find that. Doesn't mean either one. Like, it's the same thing, but it's a totally different energy in it, right? Because it's like, well, how can I make that happen? Right? Because we are all conscious co-creators with the divine. And when we create on purpose, magical things happen in our lives. We find our joy. Absolutely. It's anxiety, Thomas. Yes, yes. And a chronic illness can bring on a lot of anxiety too, because when you can't move, you don't even know how you're going to fix yourself supper. Let alone, what if there's nobody to go to the grocery store, or nobody to, or like, I live in Canada, it's snowing out now. What if I get trapped? I don't shovel snow, right? So there's so many things, but fortunately, there are tons of resources available to provide me with all the help that I need to live my daily life. And I am living my best life. When I see my doctors, I actually go for an MRI in 1 month today. 4 weeks from today, I go for an MRI. And what's funny is I hear some people talk about going for an MRI, and they're like, oh, that's so scary. It's so scary. And I've had many. I get 2 MRIs a year. And for me, because it is perfect way to totally zone out and meditate. You've got this loud crashing machine making all these kinds of noises. And if you're really conscious and paying attention, you can feel the magnetic vibrations, and as they're going through your tissues. It's really kind of cool. So again, it's all in your perspective and how you can change your perspective. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. Every time, all the time. Wayne Dyer said that. One of my, love Wayne Dyer, beloved mentor. Such a wise man. Because when you look at things from a different perspective, that's what it's all about. Changing your perspective, which is like the law of perception or projection. You see what's on the screen in your mind. And when you look out in the world, you're looking through your lens. You're not looking through somebody else's lens. Other people are looking through their own lenses. Your window might be dirty. Maybe you're seeing all this crap that isn't even there because your windows are dirty. Just another thought. We'll talk maybe about that next week. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I really, 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 really appreciate you all for being here. So I will post a booking link. You can always check out my booking site. I'm $33 for 30 minutes, just for you to call, get a clarity call, see if we're a right fit for each other. And if we are, I work with people one-on-one, help them move through any limiting belief patterns they have that have been sabotaging them through life, and helping them to get to the place to be. And if you don't see me much on Facebook, it's because behind the scenes, I am currently working on creating a system to deliver. It'd probably be, I'm thinking, 6 to 12 week program. And I'm going to walk you hand in hand how to get to your best self, how to be well, how to live well. I'd wish somebody had an instruction manual for me. I had to create it, and now I want to share it, because everybody deserves to live well, right? Awesome. And also, this is titanium quartz, in case you missed this at the first part of the show. So I'm going to be making necklaces with these. Titanium quartz is the highest vibration crystal out there. It is clear quartz crystal, and it has titanium, it's an electric charge that puts the titanium onto the crystal quartz. So I was reading about it actually I have it right here, just want to put that out real quick. Then Just one sec here. Let's go. Titanium. Oops, hang on. Titanium quartz benefits. Okay. So titanium quartz crystal healing properties. Titanium quartz clears a pathway for the vital life force to flow, energizing and enlivening all of the chakras. Wearing one of these stones can make us feel grounded, centered, and energized all at once. Because it does, it affects all of the chakras and your rainbow light body as well. So if your rainbow light body needs some help and you want to clear or patch any holes in your aura, perfect stone for that. It will, such a high vibration. You can probably even feel it. See if you can feel the energy off of it here. See the beautiful colors? Isn't it gorgeous? Yes. So wearing one of these stones can make us feel grounded, centered, and energized all at once. It helps to dispel sorrow, replacing it with joy by stimulating humor and relaxation. Activate and enhance mental abilities, making us more confident, self-aware, and focused. And the history and uses, it's amazing. It really, really, really is. It just goes on and on and on. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so if you would like one of these, I'm going to make them into necklaces this week. Just put your order in below. They're going to be $20 plus shipping. So I will let you know what it costs to ship it to your area. So if you're interested in getting one of these, just send me your mailing address, and I can find out what it costs to send it to you, and we'll do that. And I will post my PayPal link in the comments. And I guarantee you pay for one of these, you are going to get it. I will be shipping it to you. So namaste, everybody. I will post the links to my book and the link to my booking site and the web in the comments. And I will see you all next week. So much love, everybody, and have a wonderful, blessed, spectacular rest of the day and week. Love you. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.